Done it again. Really kind of ridiculous. I don't know why they have to do this. They have to talk about what's coming, what could come like this. I don't want to know anything, but we're still getting done it again. I mean, really kind of ridiculous. Granted, none of this could come true. Cody Rhodes could never turn heel or whatever, but it's just talking about it is so ridiculous to me. I don't know, man. Wrestling is just so weird now. It really wrecks everything, thinking about things years in advance, kind of. It's fun if you think about it on the very, very low down, like you're talking about it, but they're not talking about it at all, and you don't know. But when they're talking about it, like you're talking about it, it just makes things so weird. Now, I told everybody years ago, I said Cody Rhodes is not going to turn heel, and people wanted this guy to turn heel after the first 6 months he was in WWE. I said it's ridiculous. People wanted him to turn heel a year after he was in the WWE. I said it's ridiculous. People wanted him to turn heel in his second year in the WWE. I said that's ridiculous. Cody Rhodes did not want to be a bad guy, did not want to be heel in AEW, and they were actually turning on him. And everybody was like, oh, they're going to turn on him. And I'm like, I don't think they are. I mean, maybe even 5 years to 10 years, but like I don't see that happening. And it didn't happen. I've been saying it for so long now. So to entertain it is silly to me. It's not. Why would you entertain that at this point when the guy, I don't even understand it. You know, it's just wrestling is exhausting to me now. The idea that like this guy's a hit, everybody loves him. And there's just so many people that want to comment and talk about when's he going to turn heel? Why are you even, who gives a shit? The guy is the most over face there is in the company right now. Why would you want to talk about him being heel? You know, when you talk about somebody being heel or when you start getting excited about that is when they start getting boring and things aren't going well. And you're like, you know, it'd be fun if that happened. But right now the guy is Mr. Hero still. So why are people talking about this? Like why? Since day one, though. So it's like I have fatigue from this and it hasn't happened yet. And I have fatigue from it now. You're seeing what happens when a guy like Cena finally does it. It's not even that great. You know? It would have been great 7 years ago maybe. But, you know, and of course the Rock situation. I'm not going to say the Rock ruined it. The Rock situation ruined it. Has messed up everything. I'm not going to blame the Rock, but the Rock situation kind of messed up everything. So, I don't know. He said his babyface run is coming to an end. And yeah, he's talked about being in his 40s, he would retire probably. We'll see. We'll see about that. I mean, now he can. I mean, you really can nowadays because, you know, Cody Rhodes, you know, probably made about $1.5 million from the indies to AEW, made about $1.5 million. So that could leave Cody Rhodes with, you know, maybe Cody has about $500,000 to $800,000 in the bank when he leaves AEW. Now he signs on with WWE for whatever he signed on WWE for. I'm going to bet he signed on with WWE for about, we'll say $3 million, $3.5 million. So Cody Rhodes signs on to WWE. I'm guessing. I don't know what his pay is. I have no idea. But let's say over the course of the next 5 years, he's going to make $3.5 million with WWE. And then he already has $500,000 in the bank. And it's like Cody Rhodes he's going to make more money. So Cody Rhodes can retire when he's 45 years old or 43 years old or whatever it is. And Cody Rhodes can retire with, you know, with some kind of a part-time new job that he's going to take on, whatever that is, and have about $5 million, $3 million, $2 million, something like that in the bank. So we'll say the guy has $3 million in the bank. I mean, I don't know. Right there. You're good to go. You know, you're fine. $3 million in the bank, 50 years, 600. What's that? That's you know, you're making enough. Making about $6,000 a month for the next 50 years. Who knows? Brian, if this was a video premiere, it would say video premiere, buddy. We're live as hell right now. if it was a video premiere, it would say video premiere. That's how you know I'm really live. But bless your heart. Wrestlers are never retired, honestly. Yeah, I mean, what a stupid, I don't know. I mean, I don't even think it's Cody's fault. I think it's the wrestling websites taking, like, comments. Because if you actually listen to what the comments are, it's Cody Rhodes is, like, saying it, like, ambiguously. You know what I mean? It's not like he's saying, my face runs at coming towards an end, and it's, you know, it's time for me to turn heel. He didn't say those words. You know what I mean? Like, listen to what he really said, and it's more ambiguous than that. Listen to this. We have an update on a let's go to Cuntaholic. I think they've got a clip on it. Let's listen to what they say with their dorky little voices. I could let the AI play the news article, but let's see what Wokeaholic has to say.
This is for Mathematics and El Grande Americano.
Let's listen to what two beta soy males, one who puts on a jacket like he's a news reporter, but they're soft as hell. Let's listen to what they say.
Get well soon. Cody Rhodes flavored news to end on. Remember when The Rock went on that Pat McAfee show, started banging on about, I said to Cody, come on, be a heel, and he was like, nah, and I think he's going to be a heel in a minute.
Remember when The Rock ruined WrestleMania by building up this big fucking story as a crazy bad guy, and everybody wanted to see this massive story play out with The Rock being the emperor, like, and then The Rock just didn't show up at all and nothing happened and it was a fucking bloody waste of time. Remember that?
And we all thought, it's just Rock just banging on. Well, a heel turn for Cody Rhodes might not be far away. And we know that there's not much citation needed because the source of this...
Remember when we gave half of our fucking cities away to Muslim guys who are gonna fucking cut our throats someday and take England over, then rape our women and children, and then start their heads?
This is Cody Rhodes himself.
Indeed, in an interview with Kay Adams, Cody said, I do think we're probably at the tail end of it, talking about playing a nice guy in WWE, because there's only so much someone like you can do. I would love to do it till...
They're playing my Roman Reigns song music in the background. Oh, Roman Reigns, you make me insane.
The end of my career, but there's only so much. At a certain point, they want to see somebody else. I get that, and that's where you have to change as a character. Cody brought up The Rock's comments about wanting that Cody Rhodes heel turn, saying...
Yeah, see, he said it ambiguously. The Rock... See, Cody didn't say, hey, you know, eventually people want to see something different. I need to turn heel. You know, I'm going to have to turn heel. You know, He didn't say that. He ambiguously said, hey, you know, eventually people get sick of seeing the same old thing and you got to change some things up and change your character around or change some things around. That I don't really have that much of a problem with. But what I do have a problem with is if Cody Rhodes goes, yeah, I mean, I know this face run is probably coming to an end and, you know, I'll have to switch to like a bad guy. I'll have to be a heel. I'll have to go bad guy. He didn't say that. But because the news outlets are all saying that he said that, you're thinking he said that and you're getting angry. You're like, what the fuck? And it's the news outlet saying that. You know, even this fucking video. Cody Rhodes heel turn confirmed by Cody Rhodes. Like everyone's saying heel turn. But it's like you're saying that. He was talking about a character change maybe at some point, which is way more soft of a comment than saying, I'm going to be a bad guy. You know, you can read into it that way and then write that headline, but people then get carried away thinking that that's really what Cody Rhodes said when he did not say that. You know what I'm saying?
Rock had his way, I would have been changed already. So I think he sees something that maybe I don't see, and that's a very smart individual. So maybe I follow his lead, maybe not. So this is really, really interesting. He did continue saying...
then he said maybe not. He even just said it. He said maybe not. You know what would have been good if he said all that, and then he said, you know, I don't even care. You know, all this stuff is so exhausting. The nerdiness of this has become so fucking exhausting. How long did we nerd out about what was going to happen at WrestleMania with The Rock and, you know, give me your soul, and the soul thing was so cool and everything. It seemed like it was going to be fun, and then The Rock didn't even show up and there was no soul. and it just went away. I mean, just exhausting.
About how long we're going to have babyface Cody Rhodes. He said, I think you have a good solid year, maybe even 3 years. Again, I'm not changing until I'm changed, if that makes any sense. So don't expect this.
I'm not changing till I change. Well, no shit. No shit, Sherlock.
Immediately, but it's certainly being thought of in the mind of Highlander Cody Rhodes.
And this is the thing, the kind of that heel turn that we saw, that we've already compared to Homelander, and
I said Highlander, didn't I?
I
Great film. Great film.
Wow.
Crossroads on the chair in that match.
Okay, that's about all I can listen to them, but that's about it. It's a big nothing burger. It's a really kind of a nothing story. That's a story because wrestling is dead right now. Wrestling is so dead right now and so bad that the dead stories like this are top priority stories. That's just what it is. So bad right now that these are the stories we're talking about. These are the things that we're talking about. I'm talking about it. Because there's nothing else going on except for politics in the world right now, which people have just don't want to talk about that. I mean, they do, but they don't. We've had enough. Nobody, I don't know what anybody wants to talk about. But basically, Cody said his run is coming to an end. It's almost over, and I don't plan on wrestling too much in my 40s. And maybe a character change could be happening soon, and The Rock wants to see me be a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Those UK marks are unbearable. Jesus. They are weird over there. All the UK people are like, it's like they think it's, I don't know what's going on. You know what it is? It's got to be that the UK is way more like soy boy over there than I thought. I didn't realize how bad it was. But most of their cities and towns, I found out, like have like foreign, immigrant mayors. Is that true? So like, is the UK just one big cuck country now? Is England like in the UK? Does anybody from England in the UK here? Are you guys just a big cuck country where you're like, come in from another country and we want you to become the mayor? We hate white people. What is the UK? What is going on in the UK? Why are you guys like this? It's almost like you want to be conquered. It's like you're begging to be conquered by alpha people. I mean, when like I'm guessing like this fruit fuck right here with his sausage fingers who put on a fake jacket. And then this guy over here whose arm is like, my dick is as wide as his arm. I mean, is this just a thing? Is this a UK thing now where it's like, come get us, take our country, take us, kill our kids and families? I mean, I don't know, man. I just get this vibe. I'm not trying to be like, I'm a Star Trek guy, right? I'm all about like, in my brain, I grew up like, hey, like the more diversity and differences we have, like everybody working together, it's going to be so great. But like, there's a realism to it too, where like I know that what's really going on in the world and territorially what could be happening, and you know what I'm saying? But so I want that existence to happen, but like, I don't know, man. These people sound like the silliest betas.
With Kevin Owens, a couple of backstage interactions that came across as a little less than warm and friendly, and like there is such an easy opportunity for someone like that to go, I haven't changed, I'm still the great guy, You're welcome, the wrestling, and just be the worst human being possible. Like there's such magic to still be made, but then as he says there, when it's a good heel,
there's such magic to still be made. What are we talking about, a Disney movie? Is this a fucking Disney movie? Why does everybody talk about things like this? I can't wait for the story. Oh, the magic is still there to be made. The fuck are we talking about? Is this pro wrestling, or are we getting ready for the fucking new Tinkerbell movie that's coming out? What the fuck is going on in England? What the fuck is in your water over there? Jesus Christ. Oh, there's still so much magic to be made. We're talking about pro wrestling. We're talking about pro wrestling. Guys, I'm sorry. I always thought when people got to be this nice and happy and peaceful that things would be better. It's just worse. This is crazy. What? There's so much magic still to be made with Cody Rhodes. Oh, my God, bro. The fact that we use words like the story and this tell the story and, oh, the magic and the feelings. Everything is feelings and magic. This is why Star Trek sucks now. The new Star Trek Strange New Worlds season is already not leaked out, but has already been watched by several people, and the reviews are already coming out. And the number one thing that a lot of people are complaining about are that the season is filled with romantic relationships and feelings. And it's like, that's not Star Trek. Star Trek is not about like, I love you, I feel so appreciated. I feel like you love me and I love you. That's not Star Trek. Star Trek was about science fiction and exploration and working together, but like in a smart way, in a militaristic smart way. Not fucking, we really work together like a team. You make me feel great. Like, that's not, what the fuck is going on, dude? What is going on in the world? No wonder the UK has been invaded. I mean, this is just pathetic. Oh, my God. There's still so much magic to be made. Like it's a new Disney movie. Well, what can I tell you guys about being alpha or being smart when I'm a loser? So what do I have to say? See, even I, who am seeing the beta-ness everywhere, am still somehow beta myself. See this? We're all destroyed. Let's play a donation.
I've been going to wrestling shows for over 30 years. Never in all that time have I ever felt, until last Sunday, that my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
Everyone at Cultaholic sounds like they keep several bodies in their basement. Goddamn beans on toast eating fucks.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, bro, those guys do. That's why they kicked out Adam Pacini or whatever his name was. Or no, the other guy, whatever, Adam Blampier. Man, those guys cannot wait to white knight for each other or for women or for somebody, anything, because they're so sad and desperate. Like, it's so weird. You can smell it. They would kill their own little brother if it meant that they would get social credit. If they could get social credit or appreciation from a crowd of people, and certainly the appreciation of a pretty girl, they would kill their own little brother for that. That's the vibe I get off of Cultaholic and several other wrestling people over in the UK. They would murder their mothers, maybe their brothers, just for that, like, acknowledgement or to be fawned over for a second by a group of certain people. So bizarre. These are the people that think black people are pets. That's these people. It's that they're there just to make them look good, or so that they can show how much they care or something weird that doesn't make sense. P. Diddy is so many charges have been dropped for P. Diddy. He's got to be very happy. Probably part of the deal that was made. Probably P. Diddy had a bunch of dirt on, like, maybe he had a bunch of dirt on the Israel stuff, And it was, so they're using P. Diddy to counter Jeffrey Epstein's files. So maybe the Jeffrey Epstein stuff has all the Trump stuff, but the P. Diddy has all of the Netanyahu stuff, or somebody else's stuff. So they're like, well, now we've got this. So if you release the video of me doing this, I'm going to release the videos of you doing that. So maybe that's why P. Diddy was arrested. I don't know. Maybe somebody's got videos on somebody, but P. Diddy had the videos on somebody else. So now that they've got all those videos and pictures and stuff, that's all they needed. I don't know. Could all be bullshit. Could all be bullshit. But yeah, Cody Rhodes, could he go heel? He could go heel, I guess. Why? Why are we talking about a guy going heel who's like the number one merch guy and the most popular guy in the company right now? Maybe there won't even be a world tomorrow, I hate the world. I hate myself. I hate waking up every day. And the world's a piece of shit. And who cares if Cody Rhodes goes heel or face? The guy's the number one in the company. So whatever. Also, that's really about it. That's all I wanted to say about Cody. It's weird. John Cena the other day came out and he was like, "Oh, I don't want to break the fourth wall because that would ruin it. So I'm not going to tell you." So it was weird. It was like Cena was breaking kayfabe by basically saying that this is all a show and we have things planned, so I can't tell you what those plans are. But like even in doing that, it was like weird. I mean, it was kind of funny and entertaining that Cena was like, "Well, I'm not going to tell you because you'll have to watch the show to see what we planned." And it's like weird that I'm listening to the guy who's doing, like, it really breaks the believability of what we're watching when people do that. So even John Cena doing that to be clever, and it was actually clever and funny, but doing that still ruins what they're doing. Like, I don't understand how they don't know this. Am I crazy? Is it just me? Am I stupid? Like, I don't even know what John Cena is anymore. Now John Cena he just feels like an actor who's coming out and being silly every time I see him. I don't know what he is. I can't explain what's going on, but it doesn't feel right, is all I know. It doesn't feel succinct doing this. Doesn't feel right. I wish that John Cena would have just come out there and said whatever. Like, he could have been a bad guy. He could have talked about his past. Michael Cole could have asked him questions, and he could have said, "Well, Michael, thanks for the question. I'm not going to answer that question. But what I will say is this," and then told like a story about like years ago. Or maybe he could have just played a heel and said bad things. It sounds like he's already starting to change into being a face again. So like if that's the case, okay, fine. But what he did is just takes you out of it. I mean, I wish I didn't watch it now because it's like, what was the point in watching that? And maybe that's the thing, is only like, 80,000 people saw that maybe, and that's it. So who cares anyway? But I did see it, and it mattered, and it was weird. Raw, I don't know what Raw did. I think the viewership is regular. We're not really getting great, accurate reports on what the viewership is on Raw right now. Just those small comparisons. Not really getting a great idea. AEW did a 7% increase on the summer blockbuster thing. So I don't think it was great. It didn't hurt them, and it didn't help them. They just did regular ratings, I guess, from what I've seen. This is like when Stone Cold Steve Austin turned heel and he still got cheered. Yeah, it's kind of like that in a way. They really needed The Rock. They really needed that Rock story to happen. I had all kinds of good ideas. I basically was like, dude, do the Darth Vader turn at the end of Star Wars. Do that with John Cena. John Cena, Cody, and The Rock. And The Rock is the super evil emperor. And at the very end, John Cena can't do it. And he goes Darth Vader and he turns back face with Cody Rhodes against The Rock. And then you can still have The Rock being this menacing, crazy Hollywood heel guy. But, you know, they didn't do that. They didn't do anything. And things kind of went, went nowhere, really. It was disappointing, and it went nowhere. And that's kind of what happened. I think that my computer is... my computer had trouble last night. I think if my computer's on for like longer than 2 hours, it like starts shitting itself. I think the heat has something to do with it for sure. Like I think that's why the other night it was crapping out, because it'd been on for like 8 hours. I've been doing stuff all day on my computer. I probably needed to give it a rest. I think it's the heat. I got a fan blowing, but I think it's hurting it more for sure. The guy from Cobra Kai bit his co-star's arm or something, and that came out recently, and like he just apologized for it, I guess. What a weird story that is. I've been following that because I'm like, what? Why did he do that? But also, why is this happening? But weird. We talked about yesterday the Liver King got arrested. He was going to fight Joe Rogan or something, and he went down there and got arrested. I still don't know why, because I guess he threatened him, but I don't know. I wonder what he got arrested for. You know what I mean? I wonder what the actual arrest was for. I guess making threats. I guess you could be arrested for making threats. That could happen, right? But I don't know. Not really sure. Damn, Welsh says it's 103 in Raleigh. It was 102 in my town yesterday. 102 yesterday. Today it's like 96, I think, 95. And then tomorrow it's going to go down. It's going to go down more. It's going to just, keep going down after that. But yeah, it's a very rough time for everybody. Hopefully if there's an attack, it will be on my house. Let me see. Thank you, Colonel Stutters, for stuttering.
If they were ever put against the wall, I've said if there is real regime change, they'll hit the panic button and activate those. And then the globalists will obliterate Iran and use that for domestic police state expansion here.
What? Facing life. Texas teen indicted on first-degree murder charge in stabbing death of Austin Metcalf. Oh, yeah, that guy that stabbed the football player. Stabbed him to death. I think he'll probably get 15 years, 5 to 15, I don't know. Alex Jones is very mad at the Star of David. Yeah, I got this clip. He's very upset.
Covering up Star of Rimfim. No, it's the Seal of Solomon. And it's even worse than all the idiots out there say it is. They just never get it right. It's the seal of Satan that seals the demons in. Now, it's a similar to it. Tex Mara's really smart. He says it may have been the Star of Rimfim. It doesn't matter. It's in the Bible and in the other ancient texts that it's the seal he came up with to seal the jinn in that he was using to control things in black magic. and it's Jewish mysticism. So yes, the Star of David is not the Star of David. It is the seal of Solomon that seals Satan. They're covering up Star of Rimfim. No, it's the seal of Solomon. And it's even worse than all the idiots out there say it is.
Oh, man, I love it. We're back to Alex Jones losing his mind. I love it. I love it. I know that.
On September the 12th, 2001. What would you have done if you'd been president?
What would I have done?
I wouldn't have done it.
done a legitimate investigation to find out what exactly happened on 9/11. How did they know who did this so quickly like they did Lee Harvey Oswald? How quick they knew Lee Harvey Oswald killed Kennedy.
Because the people who did it were identified and we knew who they were.
Well, then why couldn't we have stopped them beforehand if they were identified and we knew who they were?
It was a failure of intelligence. Everyone's accepted
No, it
that.
wasn't. We knew before with Condoleezza Rice's memo on August 6th when it stated right in the memo, bin Laden to steal planes and run them into buildings. And more stuff is coming out now also, how much the Bush administration ignored the intelligence. It was almost like they ignored it because they wanted it to happen.
Oh, come off it, Jesse.
No, not oh, come off it. Wait a minute. Every war fought starts with a false flag operation.
You can't, in all seriousness, sit there and try and make out anybody.
Okay, let me ask you this, Piers. Wait a minute. Let me ask you something. How much studying have you actually done of 9/11 other than what the government's told you?
I've been going to wrestling shows for over 30 years.
This is the clip you're talking about.
In all that time have I ever felt, until last Sunday, that my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
Y'all crazy.
Alex Jones, how you doing, man? Y'all crazy. Yeah, we're crazy, baby. We're crazy like Cody Rhodes is turning heel. Alex Jones. Hey, listen, Alex, thank you for the $3, brother. Thanks for the $3, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, Alex Jones. We love you. Thank you for donating. Let's hear the rest of this.
Seriousness, sit there and try and make out anybody.
Okay, let me ask you this, Piers. Wait a minute. Let me ask you something. How much studying have you actually done of 9/11 other than what the government's told you and what mainstream media has told you? I've been studying it 4 years.
I was editor of a national newspaper.
I've talked to people.
Wait a minute. In depth every day for 5-6 months.
Really?
So I know a lot about it.
Well,
and one
then
thing
how
I do
come?
know is
Let me ask you this.
You cannot say that any member of the Bush administration knew it was going to happen or wanted it to happen. It's a ridiculous thing to say.
Ridiculous. Okay, let's talk about your BBC. I have a
what? Oh, the news network. Oh, my God.
Tape of a BBC reporter broadcasting directly back to England talking about a third building has collapsed. World Trade Center Building 7 talks for 7 minutes. All the while she's talking, World Trade Center Building 7 is still standing right behind her. It didn't fall for another half hour. Yet they were doing a pre-broadcast back to England yes, it's true.
You need to
It is true. What Jesse is saying is true. So I'm sure Pierce is going to pretend it didn't happen, but we all now you know that this is true. So what Jesse is saying is true. I think this is one of the things that made Pierce Morgan's brain open up too, to make Pierce Morgan realize, wait a minute, that guy was telling the truth, kind of. Because at first it seemed ridiculous what Jesse was saying here. And I remember thinking, like, Jesse's whacked out, man. What the fuck? But no, Jesse was right. I mean, now we know he was right. Back then you might have known he was right, but there was no full proof of that video. And now it's been confirmed by BBC. Eventually they had to admit it. And everybody had to admit it, so it's crazy.
Yes, it's true
you need to
that this building fell and it hadn't fallen yet.
If you're trying to make out the British Broadcasting Company, one of the most respected news organisations in the world, was inventing huge buildings falling over, you need to have a...
See, he doesn't even believe it, and it's true.
Break, Jesse. We'll come back after the break, and we'll talk about Israel and Iran.
Are you kidding me? This is a fact, my friend.
We're going to come back and talk about Israel and Iran. This is a fact, my friend. He's right. Jesse's right. 100%. That's not an opinion. Jesse is right. That was proven right. So that's crazy that Jesse was right about that. And, I'm sure Piers Morgan realized that years later, but crazy. But, but I swear the other thing is Bigfoot's real too, and he wakes me up at night and sucks me off in the middle of the night. He pulls the sheets down and just goes to town on me. That's what Bigfoot does to me. I love it. I love it. I love a good sucky from Bigfoot. Have you ever been sucked by Bigfoot? Because I bet you haven't. Because if you have, you would never turn it down. You'd look for it every night. Is he going to do it tonight? Because I'd love to see it happen. I don't know. Now Jesse is out of his mind. Jesse is now just crippled in his brain. But he sure is fun to listen to on Saturday night's main event. I don't think Jesse Ventura could run the country now. He's definitely becoming, unfortunately, he's becoming a little bit senile, a little bit slow. He really, though, he was good up until about 2019. Jesse Ventura was great. But after 2019, he has started to kind of decline a little bit, obviously. And hearing him on Saturday night's main event, he's actually really good. I like him, but he's definitely in a different, level. So P. Diddy's charges have been dropped. People keep telling me about that. I'm aware. And it is what it is. But anyway, thanks for stopping by today. As we talked about Cody Rhodes' depressing comments about, changing his character. Why are we talking about that? I'll never know. And the British wrestling channels are full of woke soy boys who have feelings and magic about wrestling. And they're in the minority of wrestling fans. And wrestling fans are now a small minority. And the whole world's falling apart. We're in the end of days, and I hope you guys enjoy the end of times, the end of days. Strap in. Strap up. I'm going to go be a loser now. See you guys.